Best private schools in Cleveland, Ohio. That is what this episode is about. According to niche.com, one of my favorite websites, we're going to go over the top 10 best private schools. It's a combination of all girls, all boys, and co-ed, and that's the beauty of Northeast Ohio. There are tons of educational choices for children. Whether you want private school or public school, Jewish schools, Christian schools, all boys, all girls, you name it, there are tons and tons of choices. With that said, let's get into what are the best private schools here in Cleveland, according to niche.com. I'm standing here in Shaker Heights, Ohio, at the absolutely gorgeous Shaker Lakes, one of my favorite cities. I'll post a link to a video I did about Shaker Heights, Ohio, one of the best cities. But why am I in Shaker? Well, for starters, it's a beautiful, crisp, cold fall day. Shaker Lakes is absolutely stunning, and 3 of the top 5 best private schools are in Shaker Heights, Ohio. So with that said, let's get into the video. Hey, it's Joel Gableman with Gableman Group and Red One Realty. If this is your first time to living in Cleveland, welcome to the channel. Of course, we cover real estate, but we also cover things that you might find interesting, fun to do, things to see, places to go, food to eat. Anything I think you might find interesting in Cleveland, Ohio, I try to share it with you guys. We focus on families that need more space. So if you're having more kids are getting older, parents or in-laws are moving in with you, give us a call, text, email. I'll put our contact information below. Even schedule a Zoom call. And we get calls from people all over the city, the state, the country, sometimes even internationally. We love helping people out. We'd be more than happy to point you in the right direction, especially what's going on in the market. It's crazy interest rates, crazy inventory, and having a game plan is critical. So with that said, I'm gonna go take the rest of my walk, check out this beautiful scenery, and I will talk to you guys later. But in the meantime, we're gonna get into the best private schools in Northeast Ohio.
Number 1, University School, Upper School, Hunting Valley, Lower Shaker Heights. It's an all-boys prep school, my alma mater, 859 students, about a 7-to-1 student-teacher ratio. Niche overall ranking A+, tuition cost just north of $39,000 a year, but 47% get financial aid, which equates to about $20,000, $300 in that range. Let's get into ranks for University School. Best high school for STEM in all of Ohio, number 1. Best private high school in Ohio, again, it's all boys, number 1 out of 176. The STEM was number 1 out of 184 schools. Best private K through 12 in Ohio, number 1 out of 100 schools. 100% graduation rate. Average SAT is 1,400 and average ACT is 32. Now, getting into number 2, the second best private school in Cleveland, ranked by Niche, is Hawken School. Hawken is in Gates Mills, Ohio. It is a co-ed prep school, unlike US, which is all boys. It's got about 1,080 students, about a 5-to-1 student-to-teacher ratio. Niche overall rating was A+. Tuition cost just south of $30,000, around $29,900. Tuition cost just south of $30,000, around $29,900, and the amount that received financial aid around 42%, which equals about $18,000. Rankings of Hawkins School. Best private high school in Ohio, ranked number 2 out of 176. Best private K through 12 in Ohio, ranked 2 out of 100. Best college prep in Ohio, ranked number 2 out of 163 schools. Graduation rate 100%, average SAT 1380, average ACT 31%. That is Hawkins School. Getting into number 3, this is the only school I didn't get to. It's about 40 minutes away, and it was cold. I had to pick up my kids. I didn't get a chance to drive through it. But number 3 is Western Reserve Academy. This is in Hudson, Ohio. Beautiful campus. When I've been there, about 431 students, 7-to-1 student-teacher ratio. Niche overall rating A+. Tuition cost around $46,000 if you are not boarding, and just south of $72,000 if you're boarding. It's about a 60-40 split between those that are boarding and non-boarding students. It's the only boarding school that has made the top 10 here. 48% of the students do receive financial aid, which gets about just south of $37,000 in financial aid. Rank-wise, Number one college prep private school out of 163. Best private boarding school, it's number one out of 8 schools in Ohio for boarding schools. Best STEM high school in Ohio, number 2 out of 184. 100% graduation rate, 1380 average SAT, and a 31 ACT average score. That is Western Reserve Academy. Number 4, we're getting into the 4 and 5. Number 4 is an all-girls school. That is Laurel School, located in Shaker Heights, Ohio. All-girls school, around 570 students, 8-to-1 student-teacher ratio, niche overall rating, A+, no surprise. Tuition cost, about $33,000 a year. About 40% get financial aid, equaling about $21,000. And now rankings. Best all-girls high school in Ohio, number 1 out of 15. Best private high school in Ohio, number 4 out of 176 in all of Ohio. Best private K through 12 in Ohio, number 3 ranked out of 100 schools. 100% graduation rate, average SAT 1290, average ACT 30. That is Laurel School. And now we get into number 5. Number 5, and these are all excellent private schools. All-girls school, Hathaway Brown, or HB. HB is an all-girls private school, about 750 students, 6-to-1 student-teacher ratio. This is in Shaker Heights. Funny, Shaker Heights is the home of Hathaway Brown, Laurel, and University School, Lower School. You can take a look at my video for best areas to live, Shaker Heights, Ohio. Niche overall rating for HB is A+. Tuition cost around $32,000. 45% of those students do get financial aid, equaling just around $18,000 in financial aid. Rankings for HB. Best all-girls high school in Ohio, number 2 out of 15. Best high school for STEM in Ohio is number 3 out of 184 schools. And the best college prep private high school in Ohio, ranked number 4 out of 163. Graduation rate, no surprise, 100%. Average SAT 1380 and average ACT 31. That's Hathaway Brown all-girls school, an excellent school. That rounds out the top 5 best private schools as ranked by niche in Cleveland, Ohio. I'm going to put the link in the description. And now finally, some honorable mentions. These are also excellent schools. Again, I'll put the description, the details below. Number 6 on niche.com is Lake Ridge Academy, ranked A+, about 400 kids, smaller school for sure, 7-to-1 ratio, that's in North Ridgeville. Number 7 is Andrews Academy, A+ ranking, 350 kids, 7-to-1 student ratio, that's in Willoughby. Number 8 is St. Ignatius, ranking A+, 1,430 kids, 13-to-1 student ratio, that is in Cleveland. Number 9 is St. Edward's, A ranking, 867 students, 13-to-1 student ratio in Lakewood. And finally, rounding out the top 10 is Gilmore Academy, also ranked A, 732 students, 11-to-1 student ratio, and that's in Gates Mills, Ohio. These are all outstanding schools. Of course, if you have any questions about the specific schools, the location, the area, feel free to give me a call, text, email, even schedule a Zoom, finding out what your specific needs are. I hope you find this helpful. My opinions on this ranking. Well, they're all excellent schools. I mean, gosh, I think the number 10 school still was in the top 3 or top 4 of all schools in Ohio. So you can't go wrong with any one of them. It just depends on what your motivation is. Do you want a Catholic school? Do you want an all-boys school, an all-girls school? There's a little bit of a different energy. So as an example, I went to university school. Excellent school. We had access to certain things that my public school friends didn't. We had a fish hatchery. We had a maple syrup production plant where we actually went out into the woods, tapped maple syrup trees, and learned about the production of maple syrup. I did a comparative zoology class in high school where we dissected baby sharks, and on and on. You could see from the views when I was driving through how gorgeous these campuses are, the money, as well as the networking, forgetting even the cost. There's a part of me who wishes that the money saved by me going through public school, my parents could have just cut me a check for that $200,000+ when I was in my 30s and 40s. I might have preferred that. At the same time, the connections that you make you're the peers of smart kids, candidly, affluent families, is invaluable. So that's another thing to consider. Gilmore is going to be co-ed. H&B, Hathaway Brown, and Laurel are obviously all girls. Hawken is co-ed. There are different energies. I would sincerely recommend you do some research, find out with your child or children the type of energy that would be a better fit for them, be it all boys or girls, co-ed, and figure that out. I hope this gives you some insight into the different private schools of Cleveland, Ohio. Of course, if I miss something, or if there's a school that I left out, or if you tell me, hey, Joel, this school actually should be in top 10, or this school should not be in the top 10, let me know in the comments. I do read all the comments, even if I don't get a chance to get to them all the time and reply. I read them all. If there are specific topics that you would like me to discuss in future videos, let me know. I'm always looking for content idea that you guys want to see to help make your move, your upsize, your relocation easier and faster. Let me know in the comments or reach out. And if you have specific questions relating to your specific needs, whether you're relocating here, you're upsizing here, need some ideas for private schools or public schools for your kids, feel free to schedule a call, text, email, again, schedule a Zoom. Contact information is in the description, and all details, be it from niche and detail links to the different schools, are all going to be in the description below. And that is a lot of information for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys soon.